Take a trip to my
Hello guys, I'm gonna make a video now, and this video is gonna be covering smokes on CT side and T side, and also pushing with them smokes. So I've got some key bindings here, so I can have infinite flash smokes and HE nades. So if you're on T side and you're gonna push A long, I would say so you'd run over here, and you'd hide behind this barrel, and then you would just aim at the top of here and look up to about here, so about a quarter of the way up to the lamppost, and just throw it. As soon as you throw it, you will be able to push on along. So there is a little gap there, so you could use it to advantage, and you could just pre-fire through the smoke, or you could just jump in the pit, which is a good idea, so then only your head is visible, and also your team can help push up. And here's another one, so if you're standing towards, I'd say, the middle of here, so around about there, and if you just throw smoke down here, it should pop just about in the middle. It's a little bit off center here, but just a bit of practice getting a bit more towards the middle of that, and that would be a perfect smoke. So this would allow you to push up on sight. Obviously careful for the guy sitting on there probably. So when you're pushing, what you want to really think of doing is, if you have some grenades, just throw them up there, and you want to watch here. So another guy could just sit here and smoke short, and you could easily just push up. And making sure that you just watch all the corners, you should be able to push up fairly simply. Okay, so let's just say that there's one route that you could go. So you can also, if someone has a smoke here, you can just throw it in mid and push it. Sometimes careful that there might be an op here, and this will smoke the doors, although you will be visible if they have an op, as you will see. They can still stay up here. So if I just fire an op, you can see that they can still see through it. So what you want to do to ensure that you don't get killed by the AWP, so let's just re-smoke that. What you can do is you can just bounce it off here, and what this will do is it will, that was a bad one, so you just throw it here, and if it pops about there, that should be about perfect. So what that will do is, I'll just smoke this so you can see, because they can't see anything really, to be honest. They can see the wall and that's about it. So they're going to have to either push up or fall back, and this allows you to take mid control whether you want to go A or if you want to go B. So if you want to take A control and you're on short, I think this one should work.
I'm throwing smoke.
So that can smoke at the back of here. I mean, it's not very useful, to be honest, but what I usually like doing is this wall here. If I have a HE nade, just throw that at the back of here, and that just bounces and it'll hit anybody that's here. So if two people throw that, or you throw a Molotov here, they're basically screwed. So you just throw a Molotov, HE nade, and you can push that really easily. And they have to push out of here, so it's basically a free kill. And last but not least, let's go towards CT spawn. So you're gonna go down this way, and what I usually do is, a lot of people flash here. I don't really like flashing, especially when you're with random people, because they're not gonna call it. So what I do is I just throw the smoke about there, and as you're pushing, what you want to watch out for is people pushing the smoke here, the doors and the car. Really, sometimes you might have to watch just a little cubby bit. And what you can do from here is, if someone else has a smoke, they could just smoke the door, and one could just smoke the window, and you've just got full side control as long as you can kill the people on it. Obviously that not being a good smoke. There you go. And they can't push up on from CT, so they're gonna either have to push through the smoke, which should be suicide for them, or they should go through here, which would probably be the better method. Okay. Now let's go CT. Dun dun dun. Alright.
Let's go, people.
So let's say we are going to push long. One smoke that you can do is this, and this will just allow you to see any of the push and tease. And one thing you want to know is when you throw smoke, you will usually see them before they see you if you are out of the smoke. But if you're inside the smoke, you will see the person out of the smoke afterwards. And also, a lot of people sit here, but what I like doing is I like smoking myself out. And then what you can do, you can play like a bit more aggressive. If you know they are pushing long, and you can just spray them down easily. And usually when I hold A site, I usually hold short and allow an OPA or someone else to go long, since I don't really like long.
Smoke.
I usually just smoke short like this, and I usually play quite aggressive on it, because if someone is here, you can usually see them quite often, especially if you smoke like about here, you can see them. Or another thing that you can do is, once the smoke clears away, is I usually just give me a second. I usually just bounce it off the wall. This usually doesn't go that good, but what you can do is you can use this gap to your advantage. So if they come, you can just poke them through it. This is really good, especially when they are pushing short. Let's see, and one of the smokes that I really like for pushing mid is if you go here, the orbs will always shoot through this door. So what you want to do is, if you get a little gap, you can smoke this. They can't see you. The person down here can see you, but I doubt you'd be there if you smoked it as soon as you could. And you can just push lower tunnels, and this will allow you to gain access to any T's which are wanting to push B, and this can be a real game changer as well. So if there's the whole team pushing B, you've got yourself quite a few kills. Alright, so time to do the smokes on B. So what I'd suggest is you smoke mid off, and just ensure that no orbs shoot you through the door. And what a lot of people will usually do is they will smoke the tunnels to ensure that none of these will push, but the thing is, a lot of them might push. So what I'd suggest is first throw a Molotov in before the smoke, and then that'll keep them off if they do push, and smoke them late. So then it keeps the timer, so it ensures that they have the time against them and they don't just push. So I've recently been experimenting, so I found out a smoke which is quite good. So if you just line up to this little triangle pot, line it up with this line about here, and jump, it should bounce, and I think that was a little bit off, so I'll try that again.
Laying down smoke.
Alright, I think I got it this time. Yeah, that was perfect. Okay, so what this will do is it'll give you a bit of room. I know you can't see it right now, but there'll be a little bit of a gap here, and a little bit of gap here, and it'll allow you to see through the smoke sort of, and allow you to push on sight. So once the smoke disappears, I'll try this again.
Smoke.
Alright, so there's the smoke, and it'll allow you to open yourself to some areas, although you have to be careful for these bots. So if you push super quick on site, knowing that there isn't anyone there, and you just push, you should be able to get around them also, and allow you to push the site and regain control. So you can do just some fun shots like this, you know, just to keep them away from certain areas. And I would say experiment a lot with the grenades, since you can just hit it off the top of the roof, and it can be a good grenade to knock off a large area of the site to give you site control. Another thing which is quite funny is just hiding in smoke and allowing the enemies to push on site if you know that they might be pushing or doing a rush, and then just coming out afterwards and potentially getting 3, 4, maybe 5 frags. easy, especially if they're on an eco. So I hope you liked the smoke, so you can just do something like this as well. Should help you smoke plateau. Simple. There's other ones as well, so you can just go this here, just smoke a bit of mid. And this is one of the just one video of this map, so I will upload more videos on other maps as well, just to give others a bit of knowledge of how to smoke or where to smoke and that sort of stuff. So I hope to see you guys soon. Catch you in the next one. Peace out.
Laying down smoke.